Hello, my cherished ducklings. I'm just laughing because, I do a lot of. My show is called New York City Celebrity Psychic, and although I've been I've been in quarantine in Annapolis, Maryland, for some of the time, where I'm right now, taking care of my elderly mom, and I'm laughing because my backdrop is Versailles, as you can see. But I jumped into place like 5 seconds before the show began, and there's a swatch on the wall. You can see what color I'm going to be painting my wall tomorrow night. However, this show is about authenticity. So, hey, it's authentic. So am I, and so are you. Welcome to Peri, Lyons. Now, that's P as in Peter, E-R-I, 1 R, Peri, like periwinkle. My last name is Lyons, Lyons, like lions, but with a Y. And I am so happy you're here. And remember, whether you're just listening to this by accident on like a friend's podcast station, or whether you're in Australia and you just happened to turn on the TV and, hey, there's that strange broad with the stars and moons all over her shirt. Anyway, you're here for a reason, as are we all, if you look at the big picture. But so anything that happens in this show for the next 28 minutes will be something that actually applies to you, whether you call in or not. How cool is that? Yeah, it's cool. That's what you want to know. It's cool. Okay. So we're going to start out with the tarot weather. And the tarot weather it's what's going to be happening to all of us this week in different ways. And obviously in ways that are specifically engineered for each of our highest good, highest learning, if we choose to see it that way. So I'm going to be picking 3 tarot cards. And each of these cards is going to be really seriously, all kidding aside, which is really not going to happen on this show. So, but each of these cards is going to be about something that is specifically going to be happening with you and me and your next door neighbor, Bob, this week. You'll understand as we go along. So, ready? Take a deep breath. Become one with the universe. Or as the spiritual teacher said to the person when he was ordering pizza, make me one with everything. Okay, ready? The first card for the psychic weather this week. This is okay, I'm going to say at first glance, doesn't look like the world's best card, but it is. When this card is right side up like that, I don't like it. I don't like seeing it for clients. And when I see it for clients, I'm like, but I always tell the truth, except if you ask me my age or weight. But upside down, it's a great card because you'll notice that this person who has previously perhaps been stabbed in the back, perhaps been hard on themselves, or had betrayals in their lives, or had a health issue, everything is healing right now. Gravity will make sure that those swords in the dude's back are getting pulled out, and all of the toxins that the swords, well, it's not good having swords in your back in general. I know. You needed me to tell you that, right? Of course you did. But all of the swords are coming out. This is a card of profound and fast healing in a situation you didn't think could be healed. This is a really good card. You might suddenly, if you've struggled all your life with a fear of success, or you've struggled all your life with relationship problems, this is a time when really, if you're up for it, this involves some willingness on your part, but all you have to say is, I'm willing, and the big guy or the big person upstairs will take care of the rest. The universe will help you out in this one. Say, I am willing to be healed in this area. Hi, Desiree in Conroe, Texas. I'll be with you in about 4 minutes. Thank you for waiting. Hi. Hello. So this is a time when you have this is a big opportunity. And astrologically, the skies are lining up in such a way that we all have this opportunity right now. This opportunity is to say, okay, you know what? I've had a fear of success. I've never totally lived up to my potential, whatever. I suddenly know that that was just an illusion. I can have the success I want right now. I can see how great I am. I can heal from emotional limitations, even physical limitations. Of course, see your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I play one on TV. No, I don't even do that. Okay. Woo! Okay. The next card, which is for the middle of the week coming up. So that's what we're talking about, 7 days. So that's the first 3 days. The next 3 days after that. Oh, I should probably look at these cards before I draw them. The Tower card, again, this is a card that if it was right side up, I'd be like, run for the hills. But I'm not. I'm not saying that, and it's not right side up. This card, when it's upside down, means the people around you are going to be having dramas. A lot of the old structures of people around you are going to be taken away. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like people might be getting sober. People might be getting, people around you are going to be having dramas. As a poet in the 19th century said, if you can keep your head when all around you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, the rest of the poem just went on to say, you'll be fine. So this is a time that you don't want to get drawn into other people's narratives. So if a friend calls and they're like, I'm not saying ignore your friends who are in trouble. Not entirely. I am saying that this is a time in your life when you've been an overgiver, as so many of us have been, that if somebody wants to make you somehow responsible for fixing something in their life that they screwed up themselves, you don't have to do it. You don't have to save every sparrow that falls. That's God's job. Honestly, if I was God, I'd have better shoes. Okay. So stay centered in yourself and other people's narratives. Don't get drawn into them. Misery loves company. Remember, you never see a fly in a fly strip saying to other flies, go around, go around. I stole that from a comedian named Margaret Brown, who said about 15 years ago. So always good to give retribution. So, woo! And where are we going? I'm not looking at the cards before I draw them, which I probably should if I wanted to be popular, but that one you can see through. All right, great. Oh, this is a good card. Yay, we love this. A Two of Cups. And this is two people exchanging golden cups. They have the symbol of the Archangel Raphael, who in Judeo-Christian tradition is the Archangel of healing. Healing, healing, healing. We love healing. They have what's called, ready? Want to learn a new word? Me too. Asclepius. I looked that up. That's like the medical symbol here. You see that on like doctors' prescription pads and stuff. It makes it sound like I know a lot about prescriptions. My dad was a doctor, so I know what that symbol means. It's a healing. It's the god of Egyptian god of healing. These two people are exchanging golden cups, which are valuable. Gold is valuable. Newsflash. In other news, night was found to be dark, rain, wet. Okay, they're exchanging golden cups, and it's going from their throat chakras, which have to do with speaking the truth and having your truth be heard, down through their heart chakras, which is obviously the chakra of love, emotion, and all good stuff, down through their solar chakras, which have to do with being yourself with confidence in the world, and down through their sacral chakras, which have to do with sex, and also with making good judgment calls. Two things that don't often go together. But towards the end of this week, you might have somebody in your life who you either discover how to be with. If you're already in a relationship, you might discover how to be with this person in a way that works better for both of you. You might decide to put down your ego and just listen to what they're saying, or they might do that with you. You also might have somebody come back into your life. And I want you to hear that, because my guides, who are invisible people that honestly I can hear and see, but I have many certificates proving I'm seen. So my guides are saying that you might have somebody coming back into your life in a really unexpected way to teach you a new form of intimacy. No, not like that. No rubber involved. I mean intimacy as an emotional intimacy. Okay. So that's your week. Let me know how it went. I love doing that. So, all right, my darling, are you still there? Thank you for being so patient.
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, you're so cute. Thank you. Hi. Thanks so much for being here. Hey. So, tell me your birthday first. That's how I kind of connect to people.
9/3/74.
Okay, so 9 of September, 3. Oh, your year of the tiger. Me too. A little older. So you're Virgo tiger. So, you're an interesting mix. Tigers are, it's like, I'm a Pisces tiger, so it's like being a Virgo tiger, except of course different. Virgos are a very misunderstood sign. People think it's like about executive ability or it's about like being, being like really organized. And, those are parts of it. It's about purity. It's about being idealistic. It's about, Virgo is such a wonderful sign. So, but being a tiger, the Chinese year of the tiger, which is the astrological year you were born in, is about being kind of badass. You like to be in charge. You got some style. You're a lot of fun to be with. Kind of tiger things. You might not have actual stripes and you don't eat people, but tigers, we like a little tension. So that's interesting. You're sort of with an introvert and an extrovert. Is that right? You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thought so. All right. And feels like there's a question right in the top of your head that you want to ask. You're a little shy about, but don't be shy. It's
okay. My dad died yesterday.
Thing has frozen, which happens when there's a big surge of energy. So I'm just terribly sorry to hear that. How old was he, my love?
Huh?
How old was he?
65.
Oh, he was just a baby. And this was something that came upon him suddenly about 3 months ago. Kind of a wasting disease.
Kidney disease.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to speak up, my angel. What?
Kidney disease, but he had a heart attack yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I got. He's had the kidney disease for a while. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You have a fair amount of siblings, brothers and sisters. Is that correct?
Yes, but we don't speak and all hate each other.
Oh, welcome to my family. No, I have a brother and sister. It seems like there are 5 or 6 of you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. You're going to have to be the big one here because are you the youngest or the second to youngest?
I'm the oldest.
Are you the one who took care of? Okay. The next thing I was going to say was, or are you the one who's taken care of everybody? You took care of everybody. So here's the deal. You want to know why your brothers and sisters seem to hate you? Because they feel guilty. You took care of all of them. And I'm right, aren't I? I know this. You took care of all of them, and they have never taken care of you. So they have made you what's called the scapegoat. I don't know if you know that word. It means that, it's kind of a weird word. It means that somebody is unfairly blamed for like other people's unhappiness or pissiness or whatever, excuse my language. I'm really sorry you have to go through this. What I want you to know is that you're a really good person. And you took care of your dad, didn't you? You were there?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was not there. My siblings are with my stepmom. And we have never gotten along. Ever. They're
no.
different breed. Drugs, alcohol, you name it. And I don't do that. So we're a different breed. No. We don't connect. And so it's hate right now. Everybody has hate right now. My dad died. It's hate.
honey.
hurt. We're all very, very angry, and we all hate each other. So nobody is speaking at all.
Yeah.
They didn't even tell me for 6 hours later that my dad had passed. I was the last to know. And
you were his favorite, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, don't let me interrupt you. You were his favorite. That's the other reason that they're giving you such grief. I'm terribly sorry. What a terrible situation. How can I be of the most service to you right now, my love?
I want to know if my dad has something.
Yeah.
I want to know if my dad has something to say. I haven't seen him in 6 years. The last time I talked to him was last week. He told me everything that he was going through with all the kids at the house, and it was a nightmare. And he died. So I just want to know, is there anything that he wants to say to me or I should know right now?
Okay, well, I'm going to give you some advice. Before I say this, I want you to know I'm not a lawyer. And I'm an entertainment professional. So I am also, I am a psychic. So I can tell you what I get. I'm going to ask you to trust your own decisions, but this is what I get. First of all, what I do get is your dad's telling me right here, oh boy, the kidney stuff really changed the way he looked. I'm really sorry. You were his favorite, and I'm not just saying that to be nice. You were his favorite. I'm going to ask you a quick question. It doesn't feel like do you have one other whole sibling, or are the rest of these siblings like half and step siblings?
All half and step siblings.
Okay. You were the child he had with the person that he loved most in the world, but that he had the most difficulty. I would like to say your dad's sorry. What I'm going to tell you is get in touch with an attorney right now, because there are going to be a lot of people who are going to try and take advantage of your pain and to possibly for personal gain. I'm sorry to say this. I probably shouldn't, but I know in my own life, after my dad passed, my sister-in-law came over the next day and stole all his cashmere and all the Hermes ties I'd given him for 20 years. So people act really, really weirdly when they lose a parent. So what I would do is, do you have a priest or a rabbi or a spiritual advisor you can go sit with for a little while or talk to? Or even if you're not religious, is there somebody, a therapist you can go talk to? Because I think right now you need somebody who's completely on your side, and you deserve that. Can you hear me? You deserve that.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like there is somebody you'd like to reach out to. Am I correct?
No.
Well, I think, was there somebody you grew up with who is like a priest or a rabbi or somebody who maybe your family is kind of friendly with a long time ago, like 20 years ago?
Don't remember.
Okay.
All
or a
the
favorite?
assets are at my dad's house. She has full control of all the assets. I don't want anything.
Yeah, you do deserve
anything.
something. This is not a moment to be noble. This is a moment to make sure. So I would get in touch with an estate lawyer. I would also, tomorrow, first thing, call social services. And this is not like, oh, you need social services. This is like, when I went through a bad time a little while ago, they referred me to a really good therapist who lived like a block from me. And I went there, I had therapy, and it helped. You're in a crisis, and you're a lovely person. And because your family doesn't like you, does not mean that first of all, they're wrong. Second, they're I'm not going to say the word I'm thinking about, which begins with bat, but they are bat poop. They're nuts. Their estimation of you is not who you are. You are a loving and good person who chose to make a living away from craziness and a life away from craziness. Do you hear me, my love?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. And that says huge, great things about you. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Who's the person that you go to when you're your best friend? You need somebody that you trust and love, who you know is on your side right now. And you're going to be okay. You are. I want you to get some therapy. I want you to call your best friend. I want you to reach out, even though you feel like you're such a mess that people are going to reject you. I know you feel that way. You're not, and they're not going to. What I'd also like you to do is protect yourself against your family. Make sure right now that you have somebody you trust who can remind you how wonderful you are. But you are.
I don't know what I need a lawyer for. I mean, there's nothing in my name. There's nothing, anything to do with me.
Okay, you never know. And you don't have to do this right now. If that stresses you out by saying that, then you ignore it. It's something you might want to look into in the future, because I think there are things that, but you know what? I'm not going to make it about that right now. Right now, if you're dealing with an incredibly painful situation and you're dealing with a bunch of drunk, crazy, and mean people, which kind of sounds like you are, you want go talk to a therapist or a spiritual counselor immediately and call your best friend. You have a couple of exes who really care about you. Just stay centered and breathe and know that you're loved. You are loved. I'm going to pick a couple of cards for you, just saying what's going to happen. Okay, right now, so give yourself a little time. This card means that there's a lot going on. And you think you're on top of stuff, but you're so grief-stricken that you need a day or two to just feel what you're feeling. You know, if you go into my Instagram account, I've got a wonderful, if I say so myself, a really good video there about how to deal with moments like this. It's about how to have the emotion and go through it. The next tarot card, Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune, I would normally say, is luck is on your side. I mean, right now it doesn't feel that way, but there is something due to you or coming to you from all this. You don't have to worry about that right now. And
I heard
right
that
now,
already. I heard
right
that
now,
from somebody months ago.
Yeah, well, they're right and I'm right. And what this is, the Wounded Healer card says that you've been hurt a lot in the past by these people. I think there are about 6 of them. That's a lot of people. Yeah. And if you look at this card, my love, see the guy, he's got a bandage on his head. So he's been hit by all those sticks. All the people have hit him. He's got his own stick now. And he's not getting hit in the head by anybody. These people can't hurt you if you don't let them. And later on, they can't. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but their opinions of you have nothing to do with who you are. Right? I remember when we've got 2 minutes, so normally I hope it's okay that I spent this entire time on you. When I was modeling, when I was much younger, not that much younger, I remember I was walking down the street and I felt on top of the world. I felt like, oh, I'm so pretty. And this homeless guy came up to me and said, you're really ugly and everybody hates you. And I'm like, and I went home and wept. Like, why? Looking back, it's the same kind of thing. Consider the source. Consider the source of these people who are saying these crappy things about you. Don't let it get under their skin. They have nothing to do with you. Honor your fathers and your love. He loves you. That's what he wants you to know. The other thing he's saying is, don't let them get to you, sugar. That's not what he used to call you. And there's a very beautiful photograph you have of him and you when you were about somewhere from 4 to 6. He's either lifting you or he's holding you, and you're both grinning. Get that photo out. Look at him and get in touch with who he really was with you, because the rest doesn't matter. He was your dad. He loved you. He changed your diapers. When you were born, he was over the moon. He held you and he looked at you and he said, oh my God, there is a God. Look at this beautiful morsel of perfection. And she's my daughter. She's my daughter. That's what he's saying right now. I'm going to cry. He's saying, she is my daughter and I love her. Your dad loved you. He loved your little quirks. He loved that thing you do with your hair when you're thinking. He loved like the way you drink water upside down and backwards when you get the hiccups. You know you do that. He loved that. He loved it like you would take a couple of bites of an apple and just leave it there. I don't know if you do that, but he loved like you were all about chocolate for a little while and you'd walk around with a chocolate mustache. Okay. I love you. Take care.